Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I hope that you all are doing fine. This is Maham Kulsum, physics teacher. Today we are going to study class 9th physics. This is week 1, day 1, and today's topic is uniform circular motion. The subtopics of uniform circular motion are centripetal force and centrifugal force. So let us study about uniform circular motion first. As we have previously discussed in unit number 2 that the motion of an object in a circular path is known as circular motion. So the body is also moving in a circular path. So we can say that it has circular motion. But you can see from the diagram that the direction of a body is changing at every instant. Look from here, you can see that body has the tendency to move in a straight line due to inertia. So the question is that why does a body move in a circle? Let's say that we are saying that body is covering equal distance in equal interval of time. It means that the speed is constant, but the direction is changing at every instant. So there is a velocity that is present in a body. If the direction is continuously changing, it means that the velocity also changes at every instant. When the velocity changes with time, it means that there is an acceleration. So the body or the stone accelerates. We have learned from Newton's second law of motion, F is equals to ma. That is, force is directly proportional to the product of mass and acceleration. So if there is an acceleration, it means that there must be a force that is acting on a stone or a body, and that force is known as centripetal force. Centripetal force. Centripetal is a Latin word in which centri mean center and petal mean to seek. So centripetal force is the center seeking force. Why does we say that it's a center seeking force? Let's see an example of a stone that is attached to the string. We can see that the body is moving in a circular path, and the body is moving in a circular path, but we had said that body has the tendency to move in a straight line due to inertia. So why does the body move in a circle? It was because of the string, that the string have the tension, and that tension pulls the body towards the center of the circle. The string pulls the body perpendicular to the motion of the body. This was the motion of the body, and it was pulling it towards the center of the body, pulling it toward the center of the circle. So it is perpendicular. It is making the angle of 90 degree. So this force that is pulling the body towards the center, this force is known as the centripetal force. It is always acting towards the center of the circle. It is a real force. So if we want to move a body in a circular path, we must require a centripetal force which is always acting towards the center of the circle, and it makes an angle of 90 degree to the motion of the body. Let us further discuss an example of a ball that is attached to the string. This diagram shows that a ball tied to one end of the string rotating in a circle. This tension in the string provides the necessary centripetal force which keeps the ball moving in a circle. If the string is not strong enough, it means that it will not provide necessary tension. Then the string will break and the stone move away along the tangent of the circle. Now centripetal acceleration. What is centripetal acceleration? The acceleration that is produced by centripetal force, it is known as centripetal acceleration. It is also acting towards the center of the circle. We have a relation for centripetal force. That centripetal force depends upon two things. First one is the velocity of a body, which is changing at every instant, and second one is the radius of the circle, which is represented by r. So we have the relation that centripetal acceleration, which is represented by AC. A is known as acceleration and C in the subscript is known as centripetal. So AC is known as centripetal acceleration. The relation of centripetal acceleration is equals to the V square over R. That is square of velocity over radius of the circle. We have discussed in Newton's second law of motion that F is equals to ma. By putting the value of centripetal acceleration in the relation of Newton's second law of motion, we'll get the equation for centripetal force. Centripetal force will be equals to mv square over r. Centripetal force is represented by Fc, and because it's a force, its unit will be equals to Newton. It depends upon the mass of the body, the velocity, as well as the reciprocal of the radius of the circle. Now, we have seen from the equation that radius of the circle is inversely proportional to the centripetal force. It means if the r is smaller, then centripetal force will be greater, and if the r is greater, then the centripetal force will be smaller, which can be shown from the diagram. You can see that here. Now we have an example number 3.8 on page number 78 and 79 of your textbook. You can see that from that page, which stated that a stone of mass 100 gram is attached to the string of 1 meter long. This stone is rotating in a circle with a speed of 5 meter per second. Find the tension in the string. It means we have to find out the tension, which is the centripetal force. The mass of the body was 100 gram. We know that the unit of mass is kilogram. So if we want to convert it into kilogram, we will divide it by 1000. So the mass of the body will be 0.1 kg. The radius of the circle is 1 meter. And the speed of the body is 5 meter per second, which is represented by v. Unit of speed is meter per second. So if we want to find out the tension of the body, we will just put the formula of centripetal force, that is Fc is equals to mv square over r. So mass was 0.1 kg. Velocity was, or speed was 5 meter per second. And radius was 1 meter. By putting these values, we can find out the value of tension, which is equals to 2.5 Newton. So this was the example 3.8 that was on page number 78 and 79 of your textbook. Now the next topic is centrifugal force. As we know that centripetal force was the center seeking force, it was acting towards the center. Centripetal force was acting towards the center. Just like we have centripetal force as an inward force or inward seeking force, we also have the reactional force that is known as centrifugal force, and that is outward seeking force. It means that it always acts outwards the circle. In Newton's third law of motion, we had discussed that to every action there is always an equal but opposite reaction. So the reaction of the centripetal force is known as centrifugal force, which is an outward seeking force. or outward seeking motion which pulls the string outwards. That force is known as centrifugal force. So we have discussed uniform circular motion, centripetal force, relation of centripetal force, as well as centrifugal force. Your assignment is to solve the numerical number 3.10 that is on page number 83 of your textbook. We have to solve the example just like an example 3.8. It's pretty similar. And the second question is differentiate between the centripetal force and centrifugal force. So that's all for today. Stay safe and stay healthy.